Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you about my ab secret. I have a group. It's a private group for just women. So if you've seen my videos in there, I'm going to talk to you today about my little ab secret. I've had questions about. Okay, I've said I've had stretch marks. I've had scarring from my navel piercing when I got pregnant. The skin just stretched right there, scarred it real bad and everything. And like, people's asked lots of questions about why don't I have stretch marks anymore. I'm not gonna say I don't have them, but I'm gonna say I learned how to dramatically reduce them. It's no secret. I didn't do anything special. One thing I do, I take really good care of my skin. Throughout pregnancy, I religiously lathered myself in tummy butter. You can get this, like, I think it's Palmer's brand at Walmart, tummy butter. I religiously slathered that on, like, I'm not kidding. Every 2 hours I slathered that stuff on. And yeah, my stretch marks look pretty bad at the end of pregnancy, but as soon as I had my daughter and my stomach went down, it was like a few months it kind of looked icky. They were dark, but I still, even after pregnancy, I was maintaining my skin regardless of the skin being stretched and not, it wasn't being stretched and not itchy anymore. I still was lathering on that Palmer's tummy butter. The only thing I can say, I don't believe in the idea that there's anything out there that's going to reduce them. It's going to make them not happen. I believe that if you moisturize your skin by whatever means, as long as the skin is staying moisturized, you're going to help that skin maybe not retain its elasticity, but let me just stop right here, okay? Stretch marks happen when your skin gets pulled to the max and the collagen in your skin cells just finally breaks down and gives way, letting that skin come apart and tear. That's what happens. It happens, you can't stop it, even if you're lotioning your skin like crazy. And it doesn't have to do with, oh, well, I use this and I use bio oil or whatever. No, that's how it happens is due to how that collagen holds up in your skin. You can slather on something with collagen all day. That doesn't mean you're not going to get stretch marks. Sorry, that's just how it is. You see people who's, had 3 or 4 kids, no stretch marks. Well, they're the blessed ones. And keep on having kids and life changes, gaining weight, losing weight, it's going to happen to them too eventually. The only thing that staves off having stretch marks is you can go get a tummy tuck. It pulls away the skin, cuts out that skin, reattaches it to the lower section of the abdomen, right above your pelvic bone. I mean, that gets rid of it. You see people all the time in Hollywood just having babies and their stomach looks great. Well, that's because they wouldn't have that happen. Most likely, I'm not going to say that's always the case. There's lots of things, microdermabrasions or however it's said. But what I do and what I've done to keep my skin from staying where the stretch marks were really bad is I exfoliate every other day. When I say exfoliate, that doesn't mean I use a body wash with beads. I have a little mitt that I use that is very rough textured. It's for people who use spray-on tans, and I use it every other time I shower, and because it completely removes the top layer of my skin. I know that sounds kind of like, oh, that's kind of painful. No, it's not. I'm not rubbing until I'm red at all. And I have eczema on my upper arms here, and I always have. I don't know if you can see it in the light here, the difference in my arm. Like right here, you'll see redness, and right here, sometimes that redness gets so bad that it's like after you get a sunburn and it blisters, and then the skin comes off the blister and it's just raw, like fluidy feeling skin. I know that's gross, but that's how my eczema gets sometimes, and up on my shoulders, which is why I hate wearing t-shirts at all, because it's just like I get raw after a while, unless it's like loose or it depends on the fabric or the lining on the inside. But enough of that. This isn't about my eczema. Also too, I suffer from what's it called? Good grief, I can't even remember the name of it. Polaris. Oh, gee whiz. It's basically a buildup of keratin in the hair follicles, and it causes your pores or in your hair follicles to be very, very, very visible, and you can get a lot of skin infections in the follicles in your hair, which is sometimes like when I shave, I'll have like red dotted skin all over my legs. It's so embarrassing, and it's like I know it goes away with age, and it is for me, thankfully. But throughout my teen years, I was like horrified to show my legs because it was just that bad. But it's getting better. Can't remember the name of it. It's called, for short, it's called KP. It's a skin condition. And that's basically all that's been discovered about it. Just an overabundance of keratin built up in the hair follicle, clogs the hair follicle and causes infection, almost like an ingrown hair, but that's not what it is. So it's like, I exfoliate for those reasons. Getting back to on topic here, I exfoliate for to get rid of the dead skin cells every other day. In between that, I always make sure that my body wash is something that does not remove the oils from my skin and doesn't leave soap residue on my skin. I use Dove Deep Moisture. That's what I always use. They have a line of products. You can get sensitive skin that works for me. It doesn't bother my skin, but I exfoliate every other day, and every time I get out of the shower, I lotion myself. Constantly lotioning myself. Now, back to this. See these? I've used these for years working out. I do not work out without one of these on. I'm very religious about this. I always put these on. You can get better ones. They're a little bit more expensive than I think this was on a sale for $5. Typically, they're around $9. You can get better ones that are like $12 to $20 at Zip and are a lot more comfortable. This shows it where it's like on her torso to where it's covering most her midsection. I have a long torso, so it doesn't always cover. Like, I get, like, I'll show you. Oh, without trying to rock the computer too much. Like, from here to here, yeah, it doesn't cut. It covers, like, this section for me. And this is mine right here. Like, I always just put it on the area where I have stretch marks, because that's really all I'm concerned about. I will say that it does reduce your, waistline. I don't think it gets rid of fat, but I think it tucks everything in nicely, keeps that skin moisturized. And while you're doing your workouts, if your stomach's big or the skin's a little dried out from pregnancy, it doesn't let it bounce around. I'm not saying I have completely flat stomach, but my abdomen could be a lot worse. So it's like my stretch marks aren't terrible, but they're still there. I just take care of my skin, and they're gradually fading away. I mean, I had my daughter a year and a half ago, so you just gotta take care of the skin, and those gradually fade away. If you're a person who keeps gaining weight after pregnancy, you're not going to get rid of those stretch marks. They are going to get worse. If you gain weight, lose weight, those stretch marks are going to get worse. What you're doing is causing that skin to stretch out, back in, stretch out, back in. That's like taking a rubber band and just doing this with it and not expecting it to break after a while. It's going to happen. You got to take care of it. If you don't want to be gaining weight, do something about it. You work out, eat right. Weight loss, there's nothing about it that is, magical. It's not going to happen in a day. It's science. Burn 500 more calories than you consume in a day. That's all you have to do. But that's my secret. A lot of people use Saran Wrap. Yeah, Saran Wrap works pretty well. You can do that. You can also get some that you can put on your thighs. You can put on your upper arm. I have those. I use them. I really like them. Using them on my upper arms kind of irritates where my eczema is, so I have to be careful about that. But my upper thighs is okay. Like, this is Gold's Gym. Get these at Walmart. They're so inexpensive, and I swear by them. Just use them. Yeah, and 2, you'll want to wash this about every other time you use it. What I do, wash it very gently in the washer, then I let it air dry. I hang it over a chair to where the foam side of this, the neoprene side, is facing up, so that dries out, because I don't like putting it to my skin wet. And yeah, I don't wash it every time I use it. I know that sounds kind of gross, because yeah, I sweat a lot, but I spray it down with sanitizing spray and keep it that way. I don't want to overwash it because it wears it out, and I don't want to let germs and stuff build up on it from working out and exercise, because you increase the likelihood of follicle infections, pore infections like staph infection, and I can't remember the name of the other one. It's a skin infection, but we want to be making sure you're taking very good care of this and washing it. And when you need to get a new one as soon as possible. Like, I'll go through this one right here in 4 months. 4 months. And that's not because I abuse it, but it's because I take really good care of it, and getting a new one when I need to get a new one. They're not expensive. So there's no sense in, like, you know, hanging on to the same one when it's falling apart on you or it gets really, really dirty. Something else you can use to break a sweat, sauna suits. You can buy those fairly cheap. I think they're like between $9 and $11 at Walmart. The thing about sauna suits are you have to be a little bit more tedious about washing them than these things, because they do, and the sleeves have a like the threading in it is cotton, so it's really absorbent to your sweat. So if you're not washing it and spraying it down with sanitizer, like I would put mine in the shower inside out, wash it, turn it back out, wash it, rinse it, do what I had to, and it's still like I just wasn't cool with the idea of it. I just liked my waist wraps. I'm hearing noises. But yeah, I mean, I've always used those. That's what I like. And it's basically all this video is about. Take care of your skin if you want to reduce stretch marks. They're not going to just go away, but they will fade away after time, and they're not so prominent. So, I mean, just look forward to that and think about it like that. Yeah, you know, you earn your tiger stripes. You know, sorry your body changes after you have kids, but that's how it is, you know. I love my daughter. She was well worth it, so I don't look at it as a bad thing. And you guys have a great day. Bye.